Hello everyone, welcome back to Atreyu Crochet. In today's video, we're going to be making a scarf. Things you will need include some yarn. I'll leave a link to this in the description. This is a medium 4 yarn, calls for a size USI 9 5.5mm crochet hook. So you need the yarn, the accompanying hook, some scissors, and a darning weaving tapestry needle. Let's get to it. So to make the Celtic, or a more modern pronunciation is Celtic pattern, we're going to start out by making a slip knot. So take your yarn, wrap it around your finger, twist exchange, wrap it around your finger this way, pull this one over that one and off your finger while lifting up on the one on your finger, insert your crochet hook into the loop, and then pull to tighten. I changed the yarn color for you guys so that you'll be able to more easily see what I'm doing, okay? So the multiple for this pattern is a multiple of 4. I'm going to be chaining 16. 4 times 4 is 16. Let's get to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Alright, here are my 16 chains. I'm going to put a double crochet and the third chain from the hook. Here's the hook, here's the first chain from the hook, second chain from the hook, third chain from the hook. That's where I'm going to put my double crochet. To make a double crochet, I'm going to yarn over and then insert my crochet hook into the chain, yarn over, pull through to the front for 3 loops, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2, yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2. Next one, yarn over, go into the next chain over, insert your crochet hook, yarn over, pull through to the front for 3 loops, yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2, yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2. Continue putting 1 double crochet in every chain across. Here is my completed row 1. I have a total of 14 double crochets, so I have 2 less than the initial number of chains. I chained 16. I have 14 double crochets, and I am not counting that chain 2. Okay, so I have actually 14 double crochets. To start row 2, you are going to chain 2. 1, 2. You will turn your work, and in that same first stitch, where these 2 chains are coming out of, that same first stitch, that's where we're going to put a double crochet. So yarn over, slice the icing off the top of the cake like that, yarn over, pull through to the front and make a double crochet, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. Okay, so it's the stitch, the double crochet on the end, that's where we put that first double crochet. Another way to look at it is we put it in the last double crochet of row 1. Alright, so now we're going to skip 2 stitches, okay? So we're going to skip this one, that's the next stitch, that's 1, and we're going to skip the next one, that's 2. We're skipping these 2 stitches. And in this third stitch over here, we're going to put a front post treble crochet. To make a treble crochet in general, we have to yarn over twice. 1, 2. Now, to make it a front post, we're at this third stitch there. We're going to go behind that stitch. So from the front, just go behind it and come back out to the front just on the other side like that. Yarn over, pull through, okay? And now we have 4 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to yarn over and go through 2, 3 times. So yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2, yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2, yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2. Okay? And that's our front post treble crochet. We're going to make another one with the next stitch. So yarn over twice, 1, 2. Right there is the next stitch. From the front, go behind it and come back out to the front just on the other side. Yarn over, pull through to the front. Yarn over, go through 2, 3 times. So yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2, that's 1. Yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2, that's 2. Yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2, that's 3. Now we're going to go back to these 2 skipped stitches, and we're going to put front post treble crochets in those. Okay, we're going to start with the one that's farthest to the right, and then we're going to go left. Okay, we always start with the rightmost one and then work our way. to the left. So yarn over twice, go to this one, that's the first untouched stitch, and just make your front post treble crochet. 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay? You're going to have to open it up. When I say that, that means you're going to have to spread these stitches so you can see where you need to go next. This is the next stitch, the second one that we skipped. So yarn over, go through from the front, behind it, and back out to the front like that. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, go through 2 without splitting a yarn. Yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go through 2. Alright, and this is what we have so far. The beginning of the Celtic stitch. Alright, so now we're going to skip the next 2 stitches. So this is what we've done. These are the next 2 stitches. See, there's nothing in them. We haven't posted around them. So we skip this, skip 1, skip 2, and we're going to put front post treble crochets in these 2 right here. So yarn over twice, 1, 2, skip 1, skip 2, and here, that's where we're going to put the next front post treble crochet. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over twice, same thing here with the next one. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to go back to these 2 stitches that we skipped, starting, not that one, that one has that on it, these 2. Starting with that one and then putting the front post treble crochet on that one. So yarn over twice, 1, 2, open this up, here's the first one, 1, 2, 3, yarn over it twice again, 1, 2, and then open it up, that's the second one, so from the front just behind it and back out to the front, 1, 2, 3, okay? So we're just continuing to repeat this pattern across. So now we skip the next 2. These are the next 2, and this is where we're going to do the first set of front post treble crochet. So yarn over twice, and if you're ever unsure, just look at it. This one is untouched, so I skip it. This one is untouched, so I skip it. These are the 2 I want. So yarn over twice, skip 1, skip 2, and here's the third one over. I'll front post treble crochet around it. Yarn over twice, do the next one. Front post treble crochet around it. And now I'm going to go back to the 2 that I skipped and front post treble crochet around those 2. So yarn over, go back to the skipped one, the first skipped one, and then a front post treble crochet around it, like that. And then open it up, there's the second skipped one, so yarn over twice. From the front, just go behind the stitch and back out to the front and make your front post treble crochet. Okay, and this is what we have. And now we have one more stitch here on the end. Remember that chain 2 doesn't count, but we have this final double crochet there. We're just gonna put a double crochet. So yarn over, give yourself the area view so you can easily identify the top, slice the icing off the top of the cake, and make your double crochet. Okay, and that is row 2. It's already presenting this beautiful pattern. All right, to start row 3, we will chain 2, 1, 2. Before I turn my work, I just want to show you we're going to put our first double crochet in that same first stitch. Okay, on this side it's the last double crochet we made, but that's where we're going to go. And then we're going to make a couple of back post double crochets, and we're going to put those in these 2 stitches. Okay, you'll see. So turn your work, first things first, go in here, same stitch, and slice the icing off the top of the cake and make your double crochet. Alright, now as I promised you, in these 2 stitches we're going to do a back post double crochet. Why are we doing a back post double crochet instead of a back post treble crochet? Well, here's our yarn. Here, the stitches are right there, it's close, so we don't need that extra length to get to the stitch. Remember when we used the treble crochet, we skipped a couple of stitches and then we needed to get over to those stitches. We're right at these stitches, so we don't need that extra length, and that's why we use the back post double crochet. Alright, so yarn over. I like to turn my work this way, and then these are the 2 stitches. This is the first one, so just go behind it and out to the other side, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2, yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2. Yarn over because it's a double crochet, albeit a back post one. Here's the next one. Go behind it, yarn over, pull through for 3 loops, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. Okay? And this is what we have. This is what it looks like. Okay? So that's the back post double crochet. Now we're going to skip 2 stitches. And this is where it can get kind of tricky. But if you open it up, you see, okay, we just back posted around this stitch and that stitch. These are the next 2 stitches. So skip 1, skip 2, and then that takes us to the 3rd and 4th one. When you turn it this way, you see, the 3rd and 4th one are those treble crochets there. And you're going to see that's where you're always going to go into. You'll see, as you're working on the back post rows. So you're always going to go into these ones over here. So those 2 and then those 2. But as I just told you, because we're skipping 2 stitches, now we need that extra length. Our crochet hook is here, but we're posting around stitches way over there. So we know because of that distance we need the treble crochet. Okay, so we'll yarn over twice, 1, 2, and then we're skipping these 2 stitches. We're going to get those after we complete these 2 front post treble crochets. So skip 1, skip 2, and then here's the next one, 3, like that. Yarn over, pull through to the front. I'm going to have 4 loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, because it's a treble crochet. Yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2, yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2, yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2. Okay? Yarn over twice again, and then go into the next one, front post treble crochet. So just go behind it like that. Yarn over, pull through to the front. 4 loops, yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2, yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2, yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2. Okay? And this is what you have. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell, but these are the 2 stitches that we skipped. Okay? See how you don't see anything posted around them, and there's nothing on the top, right? So these are the next 2 stitches that we're going to have to come and get. We're still going to be doing back post treble crochets. And did I say front post there? If I did, I meant back post. This side is always back post, whatever type of stitch is back post. Okay? Alright, so we need to get these. So I like to stick my finger in here. These 2 right here, those are the ones we did the back post double crochet on. And then these are the next 2 stitches which we skipped. We're going to back post treble crochet around these 2. So to do that, yarn over twice, 1, 2, and then you want to kind of stick your finger in there to create a gap so that you can direct your needle that way. The hardest part about this is keeping these 2 loops on your crochet hook as you navigate that hook to where you need it to go. So you may need to practice a few times before you get it, but just bring the hook back like that. Okay, so now we're on the right side of that first stitch, and then go around and back out like that. Ideally, you want to have the 3 loops on this side of the stitch. Okay, sometimes they will kind of slide under the stitch and then you might lose it, so keep them on this side of the actual stitch that you're posting around. Now we'll yarn over and bring that loop to the other side with the other loops, and now you have the 4 loops that you would normally expect in a treble crochet. Yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2, yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2, yarn over, go through the final 2, 1, 2. Okay? Alright, and that's our back post treble crochet. The second one is easier to get to because you can see we just posted around that one. You can see the loops going around it. This is the next one. Okay? So yarn over twice. Give yourself that gap space so you know where to direct your hook. As I said, the hardest part is keeping the loops on the hook as you bring your needle, your crochet hook to the back and around. Go on the other side and out, and then turn it this way so you can see. Notice that all 3 of these loops are on the right side of that stitch that I'm posting around. Now I'll yarn over and I'm going to pull that loop to the other side, so now I have 4 loops on the same side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go through 2. And those are your back post treble crochets, okay? So on this side, this is what it's looking like. This is how you're getting that interweaving design, okay? And now it's time to repeat. So see, what are the next 2 stitches? Well, you can see, I don't know if you guys can see this, but if you see these loops like that, and that, you see, that means that those are the 2 stitches that we posted around. So we were there, and then this is the last one we did. This is the next stitch, we skip it. That's the next stitch, we skip it. And then these are the 2 that we're going to back post treble crochet around, okay? And remember, I told you earlier, it's the slanted ones. So watch, when I flip, you're going to see, oh yeah, it is those, okay? There's the slanted ones, okay? So skip 1, skip 2, and we're going to back post treble crochet around these 2. Remember, this side is always back post because this is the perspective. This one right here, okay? Even though you're turning it around, we're still back posting. All right, so go behind the first one, yarn over, and make your back post treble crochet. So just yarn over, go through 2, 3 times, and then yarn over twice, and do the next one right there. And yarn over, go through 2, 3 times. That's 2, and that's 3. All right, now it's time to pick up these 2 that we skipped, and that would be these 2 right there. So we're going to back post treble crochet around those as well. So yarn over twice, 1, 2, stick your finger in there to open it up like that, and then direct your hook back like that. 3 loops are on the right side of that stitch, yarn over. Now 4 loops are all on one side, and yarn over, go through 2, 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Do it again with the next one. The next one is always easier to locate. Okay, we just posted around that one, and we can see this one, and it's kind of tucked in. Now we can see this one is still closer to us, so we know that's the next one. Go back, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. Okay, all right, so we have 3 more stitches. We have these 2, and then we have this final one on the end. So with these 2, just like before, look where your crochet hook is. It's basically right there, so we don't need a treble crochet. The hook is right there next to the stitches, so all we need is a double crochet. But because we're on this side of our work, this is the back post side, we're going to make these back post double crochets just the way we started. Okay, these were 2 back post double crochets. These will be 2 back post double crochets. So yarn over once, go in between, because you don't want to touch that right there. We already posted around that, so you can just open it up to see clearly where you're going to go like that, okay? And then go in there in the gap around and make your first back post double crochet, and then the second one is always easier. And then in the final stitch there, which is a regular double crochet, slicing the icing on top of the cake, giving yourself the aerial view like that, and making your double crochet. All right, looks weird on this side, but the other side is beautiful. Chain 2, 1, 2, and then as always, we put the first double crochet in there. And you guys, we just repeat rows 2 and 3. So double crochet here. And now we go back to what we did in row 2. So these are the next 2 stitches. We skip those. So skip 1, skip 2. And then we see that from that top to that top, this is the 3rd stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we skip these 2, and these are the next 2. So we need to front post around these 2 stitches. Okay. And because we skipped 2, we need that extra length, so it's front post treble crochet. But you already know that because you've already done the row 2 pattern. Okay. So front post treble crochets like that. Now we need to go back and pick up these stitches. Okay. And our hook is past them, so we need the extra length. So these are front post treble crochets. So yarn over twice, go back to the first one. Okay, and then do it again, picking up that second one. Alright, this is what you have. And then we just continue. So skip 2, skip 1, skip 2, and these are the 3 and 4 that we're going to front post treble crochet around. So just go behind the stitch like you did the first time. Over twice, go behind this one. Alright, and then these are the 2 that we skipped right there. So front post from the front, go behind the stitch like that, bringing it to the front, and then posting around it. Treble crochet, yarn over twice, and then here's the second one, the second skip stitch. And we're going to front post treble crochet around it. And then we're repeating this pattern, okay, one more time before we end with the regular double crochet. So yarn over twice. Alright, and skip that one, and here's the next one. Alright, here's the one thereafter. Alright, and then here are the 2 skipped stitches there. We're going to post around those, 1 and 2. Remember, this side is all front posts, no back posting. So around the front, just go behind the stitch and then post around it. One more there, getting that one. The second skipped stitch. Alright, and then we end with the regular double crochet on the end, same way we started. So yarn over, slice the icing off the top of the cake, give yourself the aerial view if you need help identifying that top, and make your double crochet like that. Okay, and this is beginning that beautiful pattern. And then row 3 again, chain 2. So you always start out by chaining 2 no matter what row. You always put that double crochet in the same first stitch no matter what row. And then this one, you start with the 2 back post double crochets in these first 2 stitches. So yarn over, back post. If your yarn splits or you kind of lose things, just take it out. So yarn over, back post around that stitch. And like I said, I kind of like to hold it so I can see it. I like to hold it this way. Alright, yarn over, here's the next one. Back post, double crochet, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. Okay. Now it's time to start skipping stitches. So this is the last one I posted around, and it has that top. So I skip 1, skip 2. So I'm going to come back to these, and here's 3 and 4. Remember, these 2 tops correspond to these ones that are slanted, and I told you you're always going to use these slanted ones. Okay, so front post treble crochet or back post treble crochet. I swear when I turn this around it messes up my perspective, but this is always a back post treble crochet row. This side is always back post. So if I'm on the side and you hear me say front post, know that I mean back post. Okay, that's the second one. And now it's time to get these 2 skip stitches right there with the back post treble crochet. So open it up, create the gap, and then direct my hook back there. And remember, you want these 3 loops on the side, on the right side of the stitch. Then yarn over and bring the 4th one over with them, so they're all together. And then yarn over, go through 2, 3 times. Alright. The first one is always the hardest. The second one is much easier to identify. Yarn over twice, direct it, and go just around this stitch. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. And then we just repeat that, you guys. Okay, so alright, yarn over twice, skip 2, and then I go to this final set of slanted ones there for the treble, the back post treble. The next one is there for the back post treble, and then I go to the skipped ones. So I open it up with my finger, see those are the skipped ones. Yarn over twice, and then direct my hook back, go just around it, and then make my back post trebles there. One, the first one's always the hardest, and then I can clearly see where I'm going for the second one. 2. Okay, and then hook is here, the next set of stitches are there. That reminds me, oh yeah, back post double crochet because I'm right here. So just kind of open up, okay, and go post around that stitch like that. And the next one, and then put a regular double crochet in the final top, and that's your row 3 again. Okay, chain 2, 1, 2, and then start row 2 again. The row 2 repeat by putting a regular double crochet in it, skip 2, and then front post double crochet, go back and put these, pick up those, and so on. Okay, and that's the pattern, you guys. So yeah, it's not hard, it's just a lot of this is a good pattern to really develop your crochet motor skills, because you're manipulating the hook. That's probably the hardest part, and you know, not losing the loops on your crochet hook when you're trying to go back to do a back post or whatever to pick up stitches that you skipped. Other than that, it's a really simple pattern. It's only a 2-row repeat. Okay, so yeah, I think you guys really should give this a try. I know it seems complicated and too hard, and you know, maybe this is kind of an intermediate level pattern, but remember, my goal for you guys is to never stay beginners. It's to develop your skills. So at some point I want you to try this. Please let me know when you do. So let me show you how to wrap this up. You've completed another front side row. This time you will turn your work, but you'll chain 1 and then turn your work, and then in every stitch across we're just going to put a single crochet. So right in the first one, single crochet, the next one, single crochet, the next one, single crochet. For these crisscross areas, just kind of stretch it out so you can clearly see what the next stitch is. It goes from that one to that one, so that's the next single crochet. Just slicing the icing off the top of the cake, top of the stitches. Okay, so single crochet, and here's the next one, single crochet. Notice I'm not yarning over before entering the stitch with a single crochet. Okay, then stretch. This is pretty easy. You see it goes from that one to that, so that's the next stitch, single crochet, single crochet, alright, this is the next one, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, and then in this final double crochet there, where we would normally put the double crochet, we're just gonna single crochet. Okay, and that's it. This is what it look like on that side. Alright, chain 1, cut your yarn fast enough, and then yeah, you can turn your work and you can weave in this tail. But that's what it looks like. Isn't that beautiful? Especially with this colorway. Alright, so let me show you the actual scarf now. Alright, so this is the finished product. Isn't this beautiful? For those of you who saw my last week's scarf tutorial, you guys know that I wanted to use this colorway, but the colorway was competing with the actual pattern, so I opted for a different colorway. But as you guys can clearly see, this one works. This colorway works with this pattern. There's a lot of repetition, so it doesn't take away from the pattern. The colorway, that is, does not. Okay, so this is the scarf. Let me give you a few measurements before I take off. It's about 5 inches wide, which is a little bit more than 12.5 centimeters. And the length is about 64 inches, and 60 inches, just so you know, is I think 152.5 centimeters, so more than that, a little bit more than that. Alright, and this is the scarf. As I said, I will be creating a follow-up video just working through the pattern with a little bit more detail for those beginners who need more teaching, more explanation. And in that video I go a little bit slower. So if this seems too hard for you beginners, then keep an eye out for that next video that I'll be posting sometime this week, or maybe mid next week. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video, but I'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, happy crocheting!